these are the result of experimenting basically. So I tell you this hopefully, and then you don't need to do as thorough and lengthy experimenting sort of period than I had to do. We are talking about the past 3 years, I would say. Every time I changed camera, I had to come from a different angle. So yes, it's challenging, but yeah, it's manageable. So yes, let me first show you some of my photos. So spacestationguys.com, still my website, just for if you didn't know that. And how do I determine things like this? So this is the International Space Station, and this is the Soyuz MS-13 spacecraft on the way to the space station, and I managed to capture just 75 meters away from the station. Obviously shots like these very challenging, so I will come back to this at the end of this video. So first I try to take photos of the International Space Station, so therefore I had to figure out what kind of settings I had to apply. So my first example is going to be an International Space Station pass. I took this in 2018, and the month is this one. So these are the settings. Before I go into it, I need to tell you, you can see the SAR player. It is the software that plays the video, and it's because I always record in SAR format. So I try to avoid AVI and instead I use SAR. The challenge is that once you start imaging the way I do, you have no chance to change the settings, sadly. So it has a good and a bad side, obviously, like everything, but in this case, so now you see my raw video. This is how I capture my ISS frames. So as I try to manually follow the space station, you can see that it's just zigzagging out of my field of view. Yeah, I just played back and forth. By the way, this is where this player, the SAR player, shows. You see I took 12,235 frames, and this is where we are now. It's very useful when you need to sort out the frames later on. So yes, so you can see that the International Space Station is relatively evenly illuminated. So the radiator, this two white rectangular shape, is not overexposed, but still the panels are visible. Most of my shots, the panels, I sacrifice the panels for the main structure of the station, because I rather want to see the tiny spacecraft docked, and the beam and the cupola and the Quest airlock and Kibo module, and all the different modules, instead of the